Baby moose approaches soldier in forest. Soon he realizes he's trying to tell him something. On a military exercise, Joseph had a rather unexpected encounter which he never thought that he would experience in his life. Joseph Jerry Miller and his other Motlaw soldiers used to perform military activities in the forest. One soldier among them was called to aid a larger furry creature in the midst of a legitimate bizarre life-taking situations. Joseph Miller was a conscription member of the Malta Defense Force. The brave soldier was recently stationed with a unit near the shores of the Lake Chadwick. Later the next week, Joseph decided to venture into the woods in search of what he describes as an alternative bathroom. On his way in search of the place to answer his nature call, Joseph came across something unexpected and he seemed pretty stunned. From a distance, he spotted something that caught his attention. As Joseph wandered off into the woods, he soon became aware of cries from a nearby creature. Describing it in detail, he felt like that the animal was in distress. At first, he thought that the cry sounded like a cat or a baby, but then suddenly the creature emerged from the woods. When the animal was approaching, at first, he thought it was a dog. Was it really a dog? Or Joseph mistook a wild animal and instead of thinking of the terrifying circumstance, he was fiercely moving forward. But when the creature approached and Joseph had a clear vision, he realized that it was a small baby moose, trying to tell him something. While recalling the incident, Joseph said the moose calf was all alone in the forest and he didn't want to scare or upset the animal. So he planned to slowly sit down to encourage the baby moose to wander back towards his mother to wherever she was. But Joseph literally had no clue of what was about to happen and what unexpected course of event he was going to experience. The moose came out of the bushes and then surprisingly stopped. The animal stood there for a moment sizing him. After a few moments, the baby moose thought that Joseph didn't appear to be a threat to him, so he decided to cautiously walk close towards him. Joseph was taken aback by the whole encounter, but this wasn't it. The moose went a step further. The calf moose started to nuzzle him, seemingly trying to drink something. Joseph thought that the baby moose must have mistaken him as a mammary gland, but soon he realized that the poor moose was hungry and wanted the soldier to act as his mother. How would Joseph help the baby moose in long term? Obviously, he was confused and couldn't fulfill the duties of a mother moose, but nevertheless the poor hungry calf seemed to be comforted by Joseph's gentle presence. Joseph knew that he had to help, so he did his best by finding another best possible alternative for the issue. Soon, he called a local vet for help and advice. Joseph said that regardless of what species it is, I want to do every possible thing to help the small calf and asked for the advice what he should do in such case. When he spoke to the vet, Joseph was told to return to the place where he first found the moose and to make sure that the area is undisturbed as possible in case the mother return. It wasn't long enough and the help was sent with someone to the location, with a milk bottle to feed the poor hungry moose. Joseph really found it difficult to leave the baby moose alone in the forest, but it was the only best thing to do and to hope that the mother moose would return. However, did the gamble pay off? During that night Joseph stayed close to the area. In the middle of the night, they heard a moose call. Soon after the sunrise, Joseph and his group went back to check the area where they had left the baby and what they found was astonishing. The baby moose was gone. Looking closely, they noticed very fresh big moose footprints directly indicating that the baby moose was been rescued by his mother. Joseph considered the part of his duty as soldier to protect humans as well as animals. He didn't find his act unnecessary, as far as he is responsible for all creatures in this country. In this scenario, he certainly did prove that, and Joseph was satisfied by knowing the fact that the mother moose found the small calf.